Welcome to Trams TV, and for the last time we welcome Croydon FC first team manager Liam Giles. Welcome to Trams TV. We finished our season with 2-1, 3-1 away defeats at Meridian. What are your thoughts on the game?
It had the feeling today of, nothing to play for in the season game. Two players have let us down today, haven't even turned up, haven't heard from them. 4 pulled out from Thursday when we sent out the match confirmation. And even when we got here today, it's just subdued, players just enjoying that, it's our last game. I think it being my last game as well, the lads were just sort of in limp mode really. And yeah, I think we got off to a 1-0 lead, and it was very comfortable. No quality really in the game. And then, I think we just thought, we just went through the motions, and ultimately they wanted it, they need it to, I think, for their points per game to stay in the league. But for us, it was a nothing game really. Unfortunately, the loss has put us below Thamesmead now in the table, so we finished 8th instead of 7th. But 7th, 8th, either way for me, it's a failure of a year. Finishing outside the playoffs. Ultimately, I wanted to win it this year, so we fell majorly short. What will be, but yeah, today was disappointing, but I expected it, to be honest. Taylor Maddock in goal again, he's not a goalkeeper. It was just poor really.
Yeah, it was an end of season game, as you said. We finished 7 points behind the playoffs. But what do you think we were missing?
I think the injuries played a massive part of it. No exaggeration, from November to January at Larkfield we hadn't won a game. Had 11 out at that point. Didn't have the same back four. I lost RJ and JP at the same time, which was massive. It was just, when you look at it, we've gone through probably 3 squads, not through choice, but just through, injury, or we lost a few to step forward this year, which was a shame, but ultimately, we wasn't in the position to keep them. Everyone goes on and says about our money. We don't have a lot of money. There's teams in this league paying a lot more money for players than us. And ultimately, when a step 4 club comes in and offers 3 figures, we're never going to compete. So, I think the sides that are up there, and the Stansfelds, the Suttons, they've had pretty much the same side all year, same squad rather. And I genuinely think that they're good at what they do, and they're good at the level. Whereas us, I feel that the side we had at the start of the season, we would have been comfortable at step 5 this year, and we would have had a real go at step 5. So when you start losing players, that's the risk you take when you sign players that are better than their level, and that's ultimately what we had at the start of the season. If we was in a position like Larkfield and had the money to keep them, we wouldn't be in this position now.
Well, in the second half, you put on the Croydon FC shirt. What was that like?
Yeah, we only had 3 on the bench, like I said. I thought it was just fitting for me to come on and play the last 20 minutes. But yeah, you see a different side of it on the pitch. But to be honest with you, by then I think we had stopped. The game was almost done. So, just tried to go on and just try and inject a little bit of life into us, so we didn't go out with a whimper, which we did in the end. So disappointed, but no. Look, mate, if I needed to go on, I'll go on, mate. I'm still 33. I still think that if I was fit with a pre-season, I could comfortably play at this level, comfortably. So you never lose your touch. You might be able to lose your legs, but just doing the basics and the chat, I think it helped when I came on, to be honest.
Well, we finished the season with a whimper, but ultimately you've done great things here in your time. You speak to the fans, you speak to lots of people here, and it's not about today's defeat. Overall, you've done lots of good things in difficult circumstances, and you've left us with lots of great memories, and we're going to miss you. So good luck in your future endeavours, and don't be a stranger to the arena.
No, of course,
mate. We hope to see you next season at some point.
Yeah, like I said last week, whenever I get a chance, I'll be down to support. I'm, Croydon born and bred. You know, Croydon means a lot to me. So yeah, I'll be down when I can. And lastly, from me, I just want to thank everybody that's been on this journey with us, the supporters, people like yourself, Lee, you know, Paul, for the Trams TV. You know, there's a lot of people that have put a lot of work in. You know, travelled all over Kent, South London this year, and you know, I feel we've got the best support in the league by a country mile, especially on them away days when we can feel the fans right by the pitch. At the arena, you know, it does. I think the arena, for that reason, it makes us weaker. But yeah, no, thank you to everybody. You know, Sally's been a diamond, coming secretary. Michelle, you know, washed the kit all season. As much as she hates us for it, you know, she's never let us down. She's always done it for us. And yeah, you know, thanks just to everybody that's backed us and supported us, because there's never been a moment, even when times were tough, where the fans, the supporters, no one's turned on us. And you know, I think that ultimately that shows the relationship and you know what me and John have put into this club. And hopefully, like I say, we've left the foundations now for somebody else to come in with a clean slate. And you know, hopefully have a good year next year, and they can do what we couldn't and get the club back to step 5, hopefully.